My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is November 19th, 2021, and Bitcoin is looking like it's not done in its 5-wave downtrend. Let me explain. Yesterday, if you watched yesterday's video, you heard me say that I believed that this downtrend was complete. And we have our 1-wave, 2-wave, 3-wave, 4-wave, 5-wave. I no longer believe that. Okay. I think this is it was a probable count, wave count. What was improbable about it was the truncated third wave, right? The third wave extending only to the one Fibonacci extension of the first wave, which is possible but not probable. That was my biggest issue with that. But now, why I'm not even acknowledging that as a possibility is the reaction we've had for the past 12 hours. So we're on the 4-hourly time frame. We've had 3 4-hourly candles, and they've been underwhelming, to say the least. Okay, the idea, fundamentally, understand the idea of an impulse, right, whether it's up or down, is to exhaust that pressure. Meaning, if you have a downwards impulse, right, you're exhausting the selling pressure. So by the end of wave 5, the sellers are nowhere to be found. There's no more selling pressure. This is what creates the reaction, the violent reaction of the 2-wave. Okay, and so because we didn't get anything even close to that, I'm very, very confident. You can't use 100% in trading. It just doesn't exist. Yeah, we want to, right? But any good trader knows you keep that out of your lexicon, you keep that out of your vocabulary, if you want to stay safe. Everything's always on the table. The market is capricious. The market can do whatever the hell it wants, whenever the hell it wants. We just trade in probabilities, okay? It's highly improbable that this is a reversal. There's just no verve. There's no momentum to this reversal, right? There's no way this paltry price action would make it to the 0.5 to the 618. If anything, this looks more like a wave 4. Exactly what I was talking about last video. The tricky wave 4, the wave 4 that is meant to make people believe that the impulse is over when it's not. This is what I think we're in. This is why so what did I do yesterday? I took profit on my short at around 56.5, okay, and that was fine. Waited a little bit, waited for a reversal. Waited for a reversal, and we were about around here. And my reversal signal is the 3 prongs to the downside if I'm looking to long, right? So I got my A wave, my B wave, and then I was waiting for my C wave. I got in right here at the B wave, which I typically do in a reversal, right? Because the B wave typically retraces down the most. And the way I do it really quickly is I use the Fibonacci retracement tool. Let me turn the magnet on really quickly and measure the A wave. And what I do is I hide my stops behind the 1, 2, 3, 6 of this A wave. Okay, because typically the B wave does not retrace beyond the 1, 2, 3, 6, and we all know that when B waves don't retrace beyond the 1, 2, 3, 6 of an A wave, they typically retrace below. And if they do retrace beyond the 1, 2, 3, 6, they retrace beyond the 1, 2, 3, 6 and the 1, 6, 1, 8, in which case they're extended or expanded flats. But you don't get expanded flats as frequently as you get regular flats, right? Expanded or irregular flats retrace between the 1, 2, 3, 6 and the 1, 6, 1, 8. This is why usually when I'm longing, I'll wait for the A wave. I'll get in on the B wave, which usually retraces between the 1 and the 1, 2, 3, 6, and then I'll watch it. I'll get in, set my stops below the 1, 2, 3, 6. If it happens to be a retracement between the 1, 2, 3, 6 and the 1, 6, 1, 8, then I'll set my stops be beyond the 1, 6, 1, 8. That's just my system. That's what's proven profitable. And I typically win my trades when I do that, right? No problem. Issue is if I can even identify the fifth wave, right? The tricky fourth wave. It's gotten me so many times, and it got me again last night, right? Full transparency. I did get stopped out because, as I told you, I got in this B wave. Then this happened. I was like, wait, what's going on? We retrace beyond the 1236. Obviously, I get stopped out. I look for another entry because I'm like, this has to reverse now because the bottom signals are in, even if it's a local bottom. So I got in around here and I've been riding this all the way up, and I'm going to take profit between the 236 and the 382 because I've now identified this as a wave 4. So if this is a wave 4, what do we do to find out the maximum retracement of a wave 4? To find out the maximum retracement of a wave 4, you pull your Fibonacci retracement tool from the top of wave 3 to the bottom of wave 3. Okay, and we all know that wave 4 typically retraces between the 236 and the 382. It can retrace as shallow as the 236 though. So if I wanted to be super conservative, I would take my profit at the 236. However, just looking at this price action and looking at what we're doing here, I might want to take my profit using pattern analysis around here, around 59.2, because we've formed an inverse head and shoulders with a technical target to 59.2, okay? And if I wanted to count these Elliott waves, looks like this is an ABC, or rather, this is a pivot, whatever it is. Yeah, maybe ABC. Yeah, okay. ABC. This is the pivot. This is the C wave. This C wave is the 1 wave. This is the 2 wave. We're just finishing the 3 wave. So we're going to get a 4 wave and then the 5 wave to the technical target, I believe. And so we can confirm that really quickly by using our Fibonacci extension tool. Firstly, by taking the distance of the wave 3 that we believe is ending, and then the retracement of the 4 wave, which should be around here. Maybe, let's see, if this is the end of the 3rd wave, let's see, the 382 would be around here. Yep, that's correct. So doing this again, the distance of this retraced to that would give us a 58,498, the 618 extension. Okay, so that's one possibility. And then if you took the inverse of this 4 wave 4, so the wave 4 hasn't formed yet, so this is just, an estimate, right? The 1618 also gives you around 58. So look, it looks like this technical target of the inverse head and shoulders is not going to be reached. It may just hit the inverse or around 58.5. Okay, so that's where I'm going to take my profit, right above the 236. Okay, and this is again another great example of how much more precise Elliott waves and Fibonacci can be than just using pattern analysis. Pattern analysis is great, and you always want to find confluence with whatever your projections are. So use pattern analysis in addition to Elliott wave analysis, right? It's not this or that, it's this and that. The more tools you have in your bag, the better, right? So I'm going to take profit around this point for my long. And I got in a long. And for those of you subscribed, you'll know that it's in my rules that I don't like to, or I don't trade. I don't counter trade. Okay. I use corrections to make entries, not to trade. The only reason I'm in this trade is because I was mistaken in believing that this was a bottom of the downtrend. So I'm in this trade, so I'm going to make the best of it and take profit. And, by the time I take profit, I will have made more than I lost getting stopped out, which is good. But, why do you have rules as a trader? So that you're consistent, so that you're consistently profitable, and so that you minimize risk. I do not counter trade trends because it's risky. Okay. If we're in a downtrend, that means we're bearish in character. Price action has difficulty going, making positive moves, going to the upside, just as you see here. It took us 12 hours for a paltry 3.7%, right? You don't counter trade. You do what you like, obviously, not financial advice, but I don't counter trade. I trade with the trend. And as a trader, the name of the game is consistency. The name of the game is being consistently profitable, winning more trades, many more trades than you lose. Then not only can you keep trading because you don't blow up your account, but you can maybe even make a living trading, right? But most people lose trading because they don't have rules, they don't have discipline, they don't have systems, they don't have things that, okay, I take this trade, I don't take that trade. They just take every trade, okay? So that's just a side note, little trading tip. Now, I'm going to take profit where I said I was going to take profit, and then I'm going to wait. And I may have to wait a while. Why? If indeed, and let's put our wave count on. If indeed this is not the end of 5 waves, but the end of wave 3, that means we can expect a wave 4 that will have to be that will have to balance this wave 2, okay? And again, let's say our wave 2 is simple, because we thought our wave 2 was complex, because this wave 4 of wave 3 was relatively simple. It's all relative, right? Wave 4 tends to have the complex correction. Okay, we all know that from studying Elliott wave theory, and if you backtest, you can see this is true. If that is indeed the case, and wave 2 took us 4 days and 15 or 16 hours, then we can expect wave 4 to actually take 6 to 8 days, okay? Because remember, by law of alternation, if wave 2 is simple, then wave 4 is complex, and complex corrections fundamentally take longer than simple corrections. So we can anticipate this wave 4 to take that long. So if I do take profit around that point, I'm going to have to sit on my hands. This is probably one of the hardest things a lot of traders, myself included, do. Wait and not take a trade. Not taking a trade when you're a trader is very challenging. And that's patience, that's discipline, that's knowing your system, that's knowing when to get in. And you'll know when you become profitable. And for those of you that are profitable, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this. But for those of you that are profitable traders, and not many of us are profitable traders, okay? And profitable traders mean you win more of the trades that you lose. Like at the end of the month, you're positive, okay? For those of us that are profitable, we know that not taking a trade is what makes us profitable sometimes, because we know when to take the trades, okay? So that's really important. Okay, why did I say I expect 53K? Very logically, if this is wave 4, okay, and we retrace to 50, what did I say it was? 58.4? Something like that, right? Or to the 382, very simply, when we take the inverse, if we take the inverse 1618 of that 58.4 target, something like that. Who knows if we get to 58.4? We may exceed that. In 6 days, the complex correction can go up and down and up and down. It can touch the 382. I expect us to hit on the 5th wave the 1618 extension, right? Between the 1236 and the 1618, we tend to hit the 1618 extension of the inverse wave 4, okay? So that's why I expect 53. The other way to reach the 5 wave target is you take the top of the 3 wave, the bottom of the 3 wave, extension of the 4 wave retracement, right? Let's say it's 58.4 or some thereabouts. And then the 618 of that, go a little higher, would give you around 52.5. Okay, so somewhere between 52 and 53. Okay, let's be conservative. I think that we're going to go to 53. Okay, and then the last part of this is, if this is the new purported wave count, look at the symmetry. Okay, understand that what we're doing is nothing more than math. This is just math, geometry, Fibonacci extension, all this stuff. It's math. And math and geometry and all that stuff, these forms and figures and patterns, they have a symmetry, they have a sort of an order to them. And if you look at this looks more akin to what you would see in a downtrend in terms of just the structure, the pattern, the way it looks aesthetically. It looks proportional, it looks orderly. Okay, this, however, right here, our previous count didn't look as aesthetically pleasing. And that is a thing, right? There is, again, a thing about patterns and the way they look. Do you see? There's a rollover. There's kind of like a curve here, which you don't typically see. And so this is something to keep in mind. For myself, I'm talking to myself a lot of times I'm making these videos. They're just kind of an extension of my trade journal. So if you see, we don't really hit the trend, and that is unlikely to be a completed sort of impulse, right? You would expect another sort of wave to the upside, touching this downtrend to really be complete. So that's basically what I'm seeing here with Bitcoin, and why I think 53K is a likely target, and why, if you are in a long like I am, right, because I thought that this was the end, be conservative, take profits at the 236 of this three wave, or between the 236 and the 382. Just don't lose that trade, please. You don't need to, right? You have forever to win it. Just be conservative, take your profits. Then I would recommend, not financial advice, but just what I'm doing, sit on your hands. Try to get an entry at the top of this wave. Remember, it may take a while, 6 to 8 days. Try to find at the top of this four wave an entry. Hide your stops behind the 382. Why? Because we know that a fourth wave cannot exceed the 382 Fibonacci level of the third wave. Okay, so hide your stops behind there and just wait for your target. Okay, and you're going to get your target once this fourth wave is complete, because you'll have the final upper limit of the fourth wave to make your projections accordingly. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing with Bitcoin. This is what I anticipate we have in the weekend. Again, I do not believe that this is the end of the fifth wave because of the price action solely. And then obviously you can also see my analysis with the patterning of the wave. You can channel it, or you can just use a trend line. It just doesn't look like this is an appropriate end, or this is an appropriate impulse, a complete impulse. And yeah, that's basically it from me. I think that in this fourth wave retracement, if it takes 6 to 8 days, people will have an opportunity to buy and sell, right? Which is great. And again, for those of you who are not subscribed, we're seeing, just really quickly, we're seeing a greater downtrend. Go in the log. We're seeing a greater downtrend, right? Because we all know that corrections come in threes. You have 1, 2, we need a third leg down. So we're seeing a larger downtrend for Bitcoin. So these 5 waves down on this channel, we consider this as the first wave of 5 waves down. Okay, that's just for some context for the new subscribers. Welcome, by the way, to the channel. Okay, so when we're talking about trading this down and the end of the downtrend, we're just talking about the end of this first wave. All right, so that's it from me. I hope this was helpful. I hope it was useful. Welcome to the new subscribers. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed, comment. I'd love to hear you guys' responses, your comments, your reactions, and I'll see you next time. Bye.